Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're doing something a little bit different. We are taking a massive step back to strip away all that endless marketing hype and uncover what artificial intelligence actually is at its absolute core. I mean, if you glance at tech headlines right now, you'd probably think we just invented magic overnight. But the truth? The truth is so much more grounded, structurally elegant, and frankly a whole lot more fascinating than the buzzwords suggest. So, let's cut through the industry noise, reframe the core concepts, and look at exactly how this tech operates beneath the surface. By the end of our time today, we're going to have a rock-solid understanding of what AI is, what it definitely isn't, and how it's quietly powering your everyday routines.
So let's dive right into this by imagining you are teaching a 3-year-old what a cat is. Think about how that actually works in reality. You don't hand a toddler a zoology textbook and read some rigid, hard-coded definition of a small domesticated carnivorous mammal. That would completely bomb. Instead, you just point to real-world examples. You point at a black cat on the street and say, "Hey, that's a cat." Later, you point at an orange tabby and say, "That's a cat too." You're just constantly feeding them visual examples.
And you know what happens? Eventually, that kid sees a totally new, completely unique cat they've never encountered before, and they just know what it is. Nobody explicitly programmed a checklist of ear shapes and fur colors into their brain. Their knowledge grew entirely from recognizing the underlying pattern across all those previous examples. That specific process, that massive paradigm shift from the clunkiness of hard-coding strict rules to the sheer elegance of learning through examples, well, that is exactly what artificial intelligence represents in the computing world.
Now, the really crucial point here is that AI is essentially an umbrella term. It's this broad idea of building machines capable of performing tasks that normally require human intelligence, things like recognizing images, understanding spoken language, or spotting hidden trends. And beneath this massive umbrella, the foundational technique that is driving all of today's breakthroughs is machine learning. It is literally teaching machines to recognize those patterns, exactly like the toddler identifying a cat. It's not just one magical piece of software. It's an entire field of computer science, totally focused on mimicking human cognitive tasks.
It's really helpful to see how this builds over time. Because while the current hype feels brand spanking new, the term artificial intelligence was actually coined way back in 1956 at the Dartmouth Workshop. Think about that. That is long before the internet, and honestly, before most people even had color TVs. We've had chess-playing programs and expert diagnostic systems in hospitals for decades. All of this existed long before anyone ever uttered the word ChatGPT. Today's AI isn't some sudden miracle. It is the result of nearly 70 years of methodical, compounding research.
And that brings up a brilliantly crucial reframing. AI is a spectrum. It's not a simple on-off switch. On one end, you have simple automation, right? Like a smart thermostat adjusting the temperature based on the time of day. But then, on the far end, you have the highly advanced generative systems dominating the news, the ones that can generate photorealistic images or write complex code. Marketing departments absolutely love to call both ends of this spectrum AI because it sounds flashy. But understanding this spectrum is absolutely vital for anyone working in tech or business today, just so you know exactly what level of sophistication you're actually dealing with.
Because it's a spectrum, you and I are already using invisible AI every single day. It's so easy to picture AI sitting in some sterile laboratory, but just think about your daily routine for a second. Autocorrect fixing your typos? That's AI predicting language. Spam filters catching a nasty phishing link. AI recognizing malicious patterns. Google Maps routing you around a huge traffic jam. AI. Netflix recommending a movie you end up loving. Also AI. It is entirely ubiquitous and pretty mundane, just quietly humming along in the background of our digital lives. Let's take a technology we completely take for granted now. Face ID. Every single time you glance at your locked phone screen, a highly specialized AI system compares the live image from the camera against a deeply complex, stored mathematical pattern of your face. In a fraction of a second, it makes a critical decision to either unlock the phone or keep it locked. There's no human being sitting in a control room reviewing that. The machine is independently making a high-stakes judgment call based on visual data, and it's doing it sitting right there in your pocket.
All right, let's bust a massive sci-fi myth right here, right now. The Hollywood version gives us robots that think, feel, and, plot world domination. The grounded reality is far less theatrical. Today's AI has absolutely zero consciousness. It doesn't want anything, and you can rest easy knowing your smart toaster isn't secretly plotting your demise. It is simply an extremely capable pattern matcher. It just excels at recognizing previous inputs and predicting the most likely outcome. It's a digital tool. It is not a digital person.
Okay, to truly demystify this technology before we wrap up today, we really need to rapidly nail down the exact distinctions between three incredibly common, yet constantly confused, tech terms. Let's break down the jargon.
Number 1. Just as a quick refresher, artificial intelligence. This is our broad umbrella term for machines performing tasks that usually require a human brain. Whenever a computer does something that makes you think, wow, that feels exactly like something a human would do, like holding a fluid conversation or translating French in real time, you're looking at AI.
Number 2 is automation. This simply means a machine is completing a task totally without your involvement. But this is a vital distinction. Not all automation is considered AI. Think about it. Your dishwasher goes through its wash and dry cycles automatically. But it certainly isn't intelligently learning about your preferred dish placement, right? It's just blindly following a mechanical timer. Automation saves human labor, AI replicates human thought processes.
And finally, number 3, an algorithm. An algorithm is just the foundational set of step-by-step instructions that a computer follows to solve a specific problem. Think of it kind of like a recipe for baking a cake. But here is the massive distinction. Algorithms are just the dumb rule books handed to the computer. AI is what happens when the computer uses data to start writing its own rules.
So we've covered the history, the massive spectrum, the Hollywood myths, and the everyday reality of this tech. I want to leave you with this provocative thought to really reevaluate your day. Before watching this explainer, how many times had you already used AI without realizing it? I mean, from the moment your phone woke you up and checked the traffic to the moment you sent a predictive text, the technology has been right there, quietly recognizing patterns to make your life smoother. Understanding AI isn't about fearing the future. It's about recognizing the invisible tools that are already shaping our present. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep looking for those patterns, and I'll catch you next time.